So YouTube's little thing is just really wonky. Every time you go live, it shows the other camera, and I'm like, I always like panic last minute, like, hey, wrong way. Hey guys, it's Patrick with MT Knives, coming to you today with Tuesdays Live. We are having a great time, and yeah, maybe not. Oh, it was a sleepless night and early morning. So one of those days that you just give up and you get up because you're not going to get any more sleep. So got up about 4:30 this morning. My son went hunting, and I came back to bed. I may have got a little more sleep, but not much. So, anyways, what have I been up to? Been an exciting week. I don't even remember. Friday, I went and Joe Walls. Oh man. Friday, I went and purchased some ICF block. So, um, I have been wanting to do an ICF building for many years. Went back and forth. It's expensive, but it's all in, I guess, how you slice it. I had decided against doing ICF because of money. Um, and I was sitting there crunching the numbers, and the problem is I can frame stuff, but I'm not a fast framer, and you know, pick two: fast, cheap, or good. You just get two, so you can spend some money and get it done quickly, and get it done fast. So be fast and expensive. It can still be good. Basically, if you want it quick, you can't have it good, or you can't have it cheap. So ICF is not cheap, but it's fast. Hopefully. So, anyways, purchase block Friday. It arrived Monday morning. We got to work. I drilled over 100 holes in the concrete and epoxied in rebar. We were supposed to get some rain last night, which we did. And I wanted to get all the epoxy while the holes were fresh and dry. I wanted to get the epoxy in the holes in the rebar in. So stayed up late last night, worked through in the dark, got all the epoxy rebarred in. We did get some rain last night, quite the thunderstorm and thing. So woke up this morning, pad was wet. Started setting blocks. I have about a third of the blocks laid, so not bad. Thankfully, the kids help. Wife came out, help. It was a long day. So I have 3 courses of block up. There's going to be 9 or more courses that go up. About 4 foot off the ground. So that's exciting. I am I sent out an email. I'm releasing a knife from my personal collection. This is a knife I made some years back. It is a Loveless Drop Point Hunter. Hey, Mr. Scott. Thanks. Glad you caught alive. This is a knife I made a few years back. It's not perfect, but it's good. Anyways, it's up for silent auction. Why did I do a silent auction? It is my goal. I really struggle with the whole selling knives, something like this, because of the amount of time that I have in something like this. And, charging enough to make it worth your time. And then also, yet, for somebody to feel like they got what it was worth, on a good business deal, both parties go away feeling like they got a good deal. I bought some chicken. What was that? Last week, and the guy made a good deal with me, and I bought a lot of chicken. I bought 350 pounds of chicken. So I was happy at the price I paid. He was happy because he got rid of, they were seconds, stuff that he couldn't sell for full price. And it's like, seconds on a chicken is like maybe the wing broke or something, just silly stuff. It still eats just fine. So, anyways, I bought a whole bunch of chicken. I was really happy with the deal. He was really happy with the deal. It's a win-win. So, that's where I want my business. That's how I want my business transactions to be. But no matter what, when you spend a lot of money on something, a lot of times you'll have buyer's remorse. And so the reason I didn't do just a traditional like auction is auctions can get people to bid higher than they want to. They don't want to miss something out or whatever. And, I don't want the pressure of somebody to bid, try to outbid somebody else. So I decided to do a silent auction. And basically you just make an offer. And yeah, we'll see who has the best offer. At the same time too, like that's the, whatever. There's not that pressure of trying to outbid somebody else. It's just, make an offer and we'll see how it goes. So, I've already got several bids. The auction will end the last day of the month. What did I say? Like
noon on the 30th.
Noon on the 30th. I'll notify the winner and they can send payment. The way you bid is you send me an email, patrick@mtknives.net. Title of the email, knife auction. Just tell me what you're willing to bid on the knife. I will send you an email in response saying that I received your bid and we will go from there. So anyways, nice knife. It is the Ranger. I call the Ranger. It's a Bob Loveless drop point hunter profile, taper tang, dyed maple burl handle. Steel is XHP. Got a nice mirror polish. Leather sheath. Fits securely in the sheath. Good retention. It's not going to come out on you. Belt sheath. Comes with a case. And I might even write a nice little handwritten note. So, yeah, if that's something that you would like. I haven't sold one of these knives in quite some time. I'm not going to have anything available super quick, although as soon as I get my shop done, I got to start cranking out some knives. Because I'm not going to get the shop finished. I'm going to get it dried in and get to work because I don't have the money to finish it. So, got to sell some stuff. Got to sell some hats. My wife has made a bunch of these alpaca hats. This is the hat that I wear. I love alpaca. Alpaca is, this is like a telemercial, commercial, whatever. But I love alpaca because it's not itchy like wool, yet it's wool and it retains heat even when it's wet. Natural, antimicrobial, whatever, fungal, bacterial, whatever. So it doesn't stink. It will kind of help fight odors. So they do require some care. You do not just toss this thing into the wash machine. You want to hand wash them and then let them dry. They'll come with the directions on how to take care of them. So if you guys want a hat, it's winter time. Winter's coming. It's super thick, super comfortable. Best hat there is. I wear one. So we got knives on the site. Got to get some knives out.
Ladylike hats that Lily makes.
Yeah, my daughter also made some ladylike hats, some colorful hats. They got some, what do they call that? Ribbing?
Yeah.
Different designs.
Hers are merino.
Merino wool. Have a little itch.
Some people might think so. It doesn't
Some people, it bothers me. I'm sensitive. Yeah, but my daughter's a really good knitter, and so is my wife. I can knit too. It's been a while. So I was going to an event one time and I forgot my hat, and so I thought I would stop and get some yarn and some needles and just make my own. So I proceeded to, and thankfully I had lots of help from Mama Sauce and another lady who was very helpful, and I knit my first hat. Um, so yeah, whatever. Any questions? What did Scott say? He said he caught us live. Did he say?
Have you considered going live in portrait mode to get in YouTube stream feed?
I've gone live a couple times in portrait. You get a lot of spammy comments and just people being rude.
And this one really needs to go out to your followers this time.
Yeah. So it's not that I wouldn't go vertical video on people. I might sometime. I might do that. So I need to go live a little more. Like I thought about going live this morning and doing a shop update. But yeah, the times that I've gone vertical, I've had a lot of people jumping in the comments, and my wife has to be deleting them. They just say really obscene stuff, and it's sad. So that is the culture of the people over there. So you get some quality stuff. I bet, yeah, I'm sure you will. Take the good with the bad. So yeah, I have tentatively scheduled the pour for my shop next Wednesday. I don't know if I'm gonna be ready or not, but that's what I'm gonna try. We got rain coming. Yeah, we got rain coming Thursday, most of Thursday and Friday, and then more rain next week. So we'll see. I got to get bracing done, framing in all my windows and doors, and yeah. So I hope that I can get it done. If not, I'm going to push it off to December 1st. But the goal is get my walls poured next Wednesday, and then get a roof on the thing and get it dried in. So I'm excited. It's coming along. It's nice to have the kids helping. It's pretty simple. But it's easy to cut. You cut it with I'm cutting it with what's the name of that? A silky saw. Don't have to get circular saws out and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, got a building. Gonna hopefully finally have a shop after 2.5 years of being out here. I'm excited. I'm excited to get some work done. I have sold this knife for $750, $800 ish, and I've sold some for $1,500. And this is the crazy part of it. So a long time ago, I did just kind of figured. I figured on a knife like this, I might have 30, 40 hours in it. So depending on what you charge an hour, could greatly vary, but it runs the price up there pretty quick. And then got a couple $100 worth of materials in it: abrasives, epoxy, handle material, steel, heat treating, all that kind of stuff. So I did math a long time ago, and I was like, man, I need to be charging like $1,200 for a knife, which is out of most people's price range. Loveless, Bob Loveless, sold his drop point hunter in, I think, I don't know, the 90s, 80s for $3,000 a piece. Now, I'm not Bob Loveless, but there's not a whole lot difference in the quality. In fact, like, I don't know. So, if I got $3,000 today, I'd be ecstatic. But also, like, what is that inflation adjusted? $3,000 on a knife. then compared to now. Yeah, so I don't know. Pricing is something that's hard. But I was selling them for 750, 800. Um, and I'll be making some more. I'm not sure where I'm going to price them at. Um, I really hate pricing stuff. So, um, yeah, it's, I really understand. And I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine earlier this week is, sure, there's jobs that pay real well. Um, but most of the time that comes with traveling to where the work is, or there's nuances about those jobs that what
Life threatening.
right, they require skill, it's not real good for your health, or it's dangerous work, yada yada. So um it's really interesting. I feel like there's a lot of people being overpaid and there's a lot of people underpaid, and it's all kind of where I just I didn't see what's coming. Can you see?
He just subbed to your channel. How much does the auction? How does the auction work here?
Okay, so on this knife, if you want to make an offer, you just email me, patrick@mtknives.net, along with your offer. Do the subject line, knife bid or whatever, knife auction, and I will reply to that email, bid received, and then I'll let the winner know the last day of the month, whatever that is. And at noon ish, I'll email them and let them know who won. I'm probably not going to email everybody back who bid. If you don't get an email, then you probably didn't win. So, anyways, so that's how it works. There's a link. My wife dropped a link to the photos of the knife and
it'll have the email,
the instructions, the emails, all that sort of stuff. You could just use my contact form on my website. Just put in the subject line knife bid. I'll see it, or I won't. And if you don't get an email back that said bid received, then try it again, because I do miss things. So that's yeah, wages, what people make, what people get paid, what they're worth. It's all a very interesting topic. So, anyways, I am going to. Hey, look, is it my dinner? Hey, my dinner's here. Just said that. So, it's dinner time. It's been a long day. I hope I get better sleep tonight than I did last night, and I've got a lot of work to get done. Thank you for tuning in. I can buy a knife like that for. Yes, you can. Yeah.
Pictures.
Yes. Yes. Nobody needs a knife. Not at least this knife. So, yeah, and that's the funny thing too, is like I have people ask me, well, what do you do with the $800 knife? And I'm like, use it. One of my stakeholders just sent me a picture of a knife that he got for his son years ago, and he's used it several times. It still looks great. These knives are made to use. This knife will work great, and it will last for years. If you take care of it, it will last. It will, it's made to use. I don't make, it looks great. Just don't put it in the dishwasher. So I've got a knife coming back to me that seen the dishwasher. So not one like this. It was a kitchen knife. But so anyways, yeah, I would use it. I have a knife that I bought from another knife maker, $1,200. And, talking about, I'm not going to mention his name, a Master Smith, a very well-known knife maker. I paid $1,200 for it. If I showed you the knife, you'd be like, you paid what for that? And I mainly wanted a knife that he had made. And I gotta say, at the end of the day, like, I almost sent it back. that's how bad it was. I'll get to your comment in a second. I almost sent it back. But then I also wanted to keep it just because, like, I think it's kind of like people, you see these luxury cars, right? And people are like, I remember Tesla. Tesla, Tesla, I don't consider a luxury car, but a lot of people complain about the build quality of a Tesla or, like some of these other luxury cars. Like, some of the build quality is not that great, but that doesn't change the fact that they sell for what they are and they're valued at what they're valued. And a lot of people don't see the value in that product, and that's fine. Um, Ultimately, that's the danger you have when you sell a product that's a premium product. Not everybody's going to see the value in it. So, um, yeah, Bill Davis, before he passed away, Bill Davis is the one who taught me how to do these knives, and he worked with Loveless, or he did some knives in Loveless's shop, learned from him, and um, he was telling me at Blade Show one year, some guy picked up his knife, really critiqued it, and was like, "This isn't as nice as a Loveless." And,
Cheaters loop and all.
yeah, like pulled out a jeweler's loop and everything, inspecting for scratches and stuff. And Bill just was like, "Well, I can make you a Loveless quality knife, but it's not. It's going to be at a Loveless quality. It's going to be a Loveless price." Bill Davis sold the Loveless style knife for a fraction of what Bob Loveless charged, and he definitely was a skilled maker and could have made any quality of knife, but he was profitable and he knew how to be efficient, and he wasn't concerned with necessarily making museum quality pieces because it's not practical. Um, when I get a scratch on a knife, it adds 30 minutes to the grinding and the polishing, or maybe an hour, So, like, you're trying to get a mirror polish and you get something on your belt and you get scratches on it, and it's like that's another 30 minutes to an hour's worth of work that you're going to take to get those out. So, um, he he said, he just told that guy, he's like, I'll make you a Loveless quality knife, but you're going to pay a Loveless price. He also said that through the years, these makers that charge a premium for their stuff, when the economy gets rough, which we're looking pretty rough, they go out of business because they're not selling knives. All of them will make it seem like there is a high demand for their knives, but when the economy gets rough, they're not selling knives. Um, you know, so there's that too. So, anyways, I hate the whole pricing thing. I enjoy making knives, but I also have to put food on the table and build my ICF shop. No, um, yeah, everything's expensive anymore. So that's what did that guy's comment say.
Well, Scott said, I seriously wish I could afford it. You're a skilled craftsman.
Thank you, Scott.
And then Marcel said, Hey, Patrick, big fan of your work. I've been EDCing the Genesis nearly every day for a few years now. Just wanted to tune in and wish you well with the new shop.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Somebody, I don't think it was him. Somebody just emailed me and said they put their knife, they're a truck driver or something. They set their knife down and drove off and realized that too late, lost his knife. He had been carrying it for a long time. I think he must have bought it on Amazon when I was selling on Amazon, because he said he went to Amazon and didn't see it there. And he was like, oh, no, I'm not going to be able to replace my knife. And then came to the website and found it. Anyways, he was happy to have his knife back. So I'll tell you what, I love a neck knife. I actually gave mine away. So I'm carrying just the regular Genesis right now. I'm going to thin out the profiles. I was using it today and got spray foam all over the blade. I don't typically abuse my knives like that, but hey, they're to use. So, anyways, got the yeah, gave my knife away, so I'm gonna have to get a more fancy one. Thank you, Scott. The Genesis, I mean, I love it. It's lightweight, low profile, does everything you need it to do, and I just like to also grind my bevels a little bit thinner and have a handle on it. But I wear and use the Genesis as well because it's a great knife, in my opinion. I'm kind of biased though. So, anyways, yeah. Then like pricing and like Walmart stuff. Somebody's like, "Well, I can get a knife like that for $30 or whatever." It's like, well, you know the difference between it and mine. Mine looks good. No, that's it's the steel. It's a lot of different things. And when you buy knives from me versus Walmart, you're supporting my family, and I appreciate it. You're helping us to live the American dream. Why did I choose the steel? Okay, so I have done this Genesis in N690, XHP, and MagnaCut. I started out with XHP because XHP is a wonderful steel. XHP, I like the steel. It was hard to get a hold of, and some different things happened that I wasn't able to get enough of it that I switched over to MagnaCut. I'd offered the N690 because I wanted to get more of a budget friendly knife for the Genesis. Try to get the price down for people. And thanks. Randy Scott, what's going on, sir? Staying safe, I hope. I used to work with Randy. Randy's a good guy. So
you had those two Genesis for a while.
Right, I had the N690 and the XHP. Confused a bunch of people. Whatever. I got rid of the N690 and just did the XHP. Then I got hard to get a hold of XHP, and I switched to MagnaCut, the new latest, greatest, wonderful steel. I like MagnaCut. It is very wear resistant, and I don't like working with it like I do the XHP. And actually, I'm going to be playing around with some other steels in the future. You know, it's would you ever do a run in?
Maximum?
Yeah, maybe. If there's enough demand. I'm kind of getting disenchanted with super steels because I like the high performance. I like not having to sharpen it very often, but it's not easy to maintain for the average person. You know, it's no different than a sports car that you really need to know what you're doing to drive and operate. Knives with your super steels, the good thing is people that abuse their knives and that aren't used to sharp knives are going to be happy because, you know, Bill said it once. He says XHP will get to a level that it just dulls to a certain point where it won't dull much more. And that point of which it will dull, most people still think is sharp. So you'll have somebody say, "Oh, I cleaned 3 elk and my knife was still sharp." And it's like, no, your knife wasn't still sharp. But it's still sharp in your opinion. So if that makes you happy, great.
It also doesn't rust as easy.
So, yeah. I like knives sharp. I do not like when I have to apply pressure to do things. I don't like when my knife slides and doesn't cut. So I keep my knife razor sharp, and if it's not, then I'm not happy. So I would rather have a steel that I could quickly, easily bring that edge back to that level of sharpness than something that's going to require more work, because the super steels, yes, they hold their edge longer, but they do take more work to get sharp. So, it's a trade-off. So I don't know. I'm gonna play around some other steels. There's a lot of great steels, and um, everybody has their own personal preference on what's the best or the greatest. But with that comes a cost, and the cost is this current batch of MagnaCut knives that I'm grinding on. I'm gonna lie, but I forget. Like, I think I figured it's cost me $30 to $50 in abrasives. I don't know, maybe
100.
more. My wife says 100. I don't know. I spent way too much on abrasives just to grind the bevels, and so that cost has to be reflected in the cost of the knife. So, and I've tried a lot of things. I bought some diamond belts to grind the MagnaCut that were $100 a pop, and I still wasn't happy. So I don't know. It's it's always funny too, because you got people that are like, I can put a nice mirror finish on it, and then I look at their work and I'm like, that's not nice. So Bob Scherzola, or however you say it, I talked to him at Blade Show about finishing MagnaCut and wanted to put a mirror finish on it, and he's like, don't. He's like, but if you do, like, this is what I would do. But basically, he's like, don't. It's not worth it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try some different finishes on this latest run of my stakeholder knives. I got so frustrated with it that I just quit working on them, and I decided to build me a shop. So I have 100 limited edition knives I'm working on. They're all heat treated, ready to grind, and yeah, I got frustrated with it and just had to take a break. So take a break, I mean work on all the other things that I need to get done. So, anyways, yeah, I'm probably gonna stone wash them. I hate to stone wash a limited edition knife. The thing I hate with stone washing is when you go to, like, I stone wash it, I put handles on it. I'm not gonna stone wash it with the handles on. I mean, some people do, but then if I have to touch up the spine or anything, then it's a different finish. So, stone wash knife with mirror, or polished whatever edges. I don't know. I hate the whole. It's difficult, the transitions. It's kind of like leaving a forged finish on the flats of a knife. That actually is kind of difficult. Not really, but I mean, one mistake and now you've got a knife that's messed up and you really can't fix it. So you can't fix it in a good way. So yeah. Well, my dinner is getting cold and I got a lot of stuff to get done. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I try to come and do a live every Tuesday night at 7. I'd love it if you guys joined in, and happy to answer your questions and just give you a progress update on life on the Rorman Ranch. So have a great night. Hope you guys have, if you guys, want to drop a bid on the knife, drop a bid on the knife. Links in the comments. Hey, sir. Blessings to you. Thank you. Hope you guys are doing well. Your family doing well. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday. Well, pop up.